challenge.
Final Fantasy, Octopath Traveler, stuff like that, where it's pretty difficult, and well, it's
not.
The gameplay's nothing. It's just what it is. What it is.
Fair enough. Speaking of Octopath Traveler, the mobile game came out.
Love that too.
You've been playing it way more than I have. I delved into it like for the first chapter. What you know more than I do. I'll try to ask you a little bit more about it, but what's your initial thoughts on it? Because you're like almost done with it for the story mode.
Yeah, I really enjoy that mobile game. Really enjoy it. I like, as I grow older, I like games more like single player, I guess. Mm-hmm. Like, I guess the only game I can really compare it to is like Marvel Strike Force as far as like competitiveness, because you're working against other teams, other players. Yeah. But this game is single player. Okay, if something comes up at work or something comes up around the house, I can just get off it quick and then come back to it. And then it's just in the same spot.
Yeah. It has autosave on it, so you don't really have to worry about it too much.
I love that so much. I can only hope that this game is going to have longevity to it. But a couple creators, I just from passing, I don't know their names or anything. But they kept saying like this game's greedy with the microtransactions and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, it's not a competitive game. It's single player. You can run through the game with all 3-star characters if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. I don't understand what they mean by it greedy, other than the fact that it has microtransactions. What game doesn't nowadays?
And like I can only compare it to the ones that I've been in, but like when, what was it, $30, I guess, to try and do like what you would quintessentially call like a multi, like to try and get stuff, was it? Like the amount of gems.
Yeah, well, it's 300
and it's $30 for 300. If I remember right. Because I thought it was like really weird how it was like multiples was correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's greedy in this, like, I don't say it's greedy, but like I know we talked about it. It's weird that they have like separate currencies. It's the same one. It's labeled in rubies, but there are paid rubies and there are free rubies, and the banners are different.
And you can't use free rubies for the paid rubies banners.
Right. Because I was like, oh, sweet. And I went to go do it, and it's like, no, you can't. But I was like, I have 300 rubies, and it says paid. And I'm like, what? Yeah.
But see, I don't know where they're going with that, because the new unit right now at launch is Tressa. Mm-hmm. And you don't need paid rubies to pull on her banner. The paid rubies was only for like the premium characters that are already in the game at launch. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if going forward their new character releases are going to have paid that paid mechanic. Right. I don't know, but if we can go off Tressa being released with free rubies, then
can you kind of describe what the game really does?
My biggest pro for this game is the fact that it feels like a fucking full released game,
right? As
a mobile game. Mm-hmm. It feels so fucking good that I can run through, and it's basically the same combat, the same everything as the console release.
Right. It's a very smooth graphic 8-bit game, or 16, like however many. It's very digital based, but like it looks good. Mm-hmm. Like it looks really nice. It's kind of the eyes, like as for a game.
And plus, they even doubled up on the amount of characters you can bring in battle. You can have a total of 8. That's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm. Gives you a lot of options, a lot more fun actually being able to play a bunch of the characters, because there's a lot of characters. You start doing pools and you're like, I don't already have this character, and you're like, this roster's huge.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing with this game is it works on my phone. My phone's a dinosaur, but it doesn't work on BlueStacks, which still, like, you have to do a lot, I guess, to get it to work on BlueStacks to play it on the computer. But like, it runs fine on my phone. So if anybody's holding off because they do play BlueStacks or whatever instead of their phone, like it'll work on your phone.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't even say I played it that much. I've literally gone through, I did my pool, I got my 5-star character that everyone gets to start out with. You get a random of like, what, 5 or 6 maybe? Or is there like a big pool for the 5 stars?
Oh, there's 8.
There's 8 that you have to choose from. You can re-roll. It takes a little bit of time. You have to like go in, you erase your game data on your phone and to start the game over. You have to go through this same sequence over and over. like John's going through right now. He's actually loading up the game. Good for him.
Yeah, we're gonna see how we do with this poll.
See what he gets.
Yeah, so like you can go on. Greg posted in our Discord a video for. I haven't been on that side before.
That could be good
For a content creator. Yeah,
Did I
she's
do
really
it?
good. Yeah, you did
yep.
good.
She's a top 2 unit.
They rank the like basically a tier list of the top characters to start with, and like you could basically start with any of them. It's not that big of a deal. It's just like how good they're going to be later on. What is the gameplay after you beat? Like, there's 3 stories. You've beaten 2, and you're on the 3rd one. What happens after that?
So, from what I'm not there yet. I'm still on the fame route. I did power and wealth, but from what I heard, because I know nothing from the JP side of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even look. I honestly kind of forgot about the game until they were like, "Hey, here it is. Go download it." I'm like, "Oh fuck!"
Mm-hmm.
So, I believe you get access to this place called the Nameless Village,
Right.
And that's kind of like yours. You can do upgrades to it. As time goes on, you can get different NPCs there, so that is your hub for all your dailies.
Mm-hmm.
So you can, there's not like, okay, I got to travel to this part of the town and this part of the town. You can just go there, hop in, do your dailies, and then possibly just hop right out of the game.
So it becomes more like a city builder, like where you can like have your town doing things.
I don't think it's quite like that, but I don't really know right now.
Right. Yeah, because I don't know if you're like already delving into like the future of the game. Like how's this game sustain? Like, why would people spend money on something that's a single player game that you can just earn your rubies, pull from banners, and like you said, beat it with 3 stars? You don't have to really like try.
Let me answer your question with a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you play Dokkan then?
Because they give me events to beat. If it's not story mode, the story mode wasn't a part of it. So like they give you more challenges to do with your team. I would hope that's what it is.
I know that there's hunts in this game that act like dungeons. Mm-hmm. So maybe they'll just come out with more difficult ones and stuff like that as they go on.
Yeah. The other option is that like when you become invested and you become like the collector fanatic and you have like all these characters, you're like, oh, I want to get this new character. And you just become fascinated with the completion process of it. Those are other options.
So I know something that will come out here in a couple months in this game is that I don't know if it's just 5-star characters or if it's every character, but apparently they all have like an ultimate. And you increase that by getting their, I think they're called like guide stones. Mm-hmm. So Viola, I forgot to tell you this, I think it was either today or yesterday, I did a summon, I pulled Viola again, and I got her Awakening Stone. And you use those awaken your ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard someone say, I think it was like Sophia, who's the ice bitch.
Okay.
She, people recommend you don't awaken her, you just use those stones on getting her ultimate level up.
Okay. Yeah, there's like obviously people with experience in the game are going to have like better ideas for longevity, like how good these characters are going to be, like what's more important. And I don't know if the stones are limited or if it's something it takes a long time to earn.
I'm sure part of the reason people would spend money on this game is just to save time, right? If there's
it might be a time saver, kind of similar to Marvel, right? The Strike Force game, it was more or less either time or money, and if you had money, you could save a bunch of time.
I might be butchering it, but the YouTube content creator, Shizu Cats.
Yeah, that's the one that you sent me.
Yeah, he's been awesome with keeping like the content rolling with us.
And like people are interested in this game. Maybe it'll be around for a while. You know, mobile games they come and they go, but you know, you can obviously look at like Japanese player base, like the gacha market is just so tight. Like people are fighting for people all the time. Like when you talk about like Dokkan, whatever, like whenever they get to the top, they're still fighting off people. Like this is like the big anniversary and they get to the second, but they're always beat by some girl horse game that is like so popular. It doesn't make any sense because of our culture, but they love that thing. And it's just so hard to be like a really good gacha game in Japanese culture and like their gaming scenarios. So,
well, Japan's been doing mobile gaming for
Long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. While we were all playing console, they were mobile
like,
gaming.
They're very established. Like that is their thing. Like it's just like everything. Everyone's little countries and cultures have different stuff. Like animes and manga. Like here is like a nerd culture. That's like their culture. Like it's like very common to have a favorite book of a manga or a show. Like it's not a big deal, and like they have it in like their normal stuff. These mobile games where like, take certain niches to like a game. Like we have like Clash of Clans for a very Western style of mobile game. And then you have like the Japanese ports over here for the weebs, as I am. So you like the game. You like it so far. You like the gameplay. Graphics are decent. The pay to play isn't necessary. So you can play fully free and not have an issue and be like, oh, I'm really missing out.
So you know what? Maybe it's something that I just I don't know about it yet. Like these hunts, they're probably super fucking hard, and you can only do it with a certain amount of characters. I don't know.
So maybe there will be more challenges. Like, yeah, the story mode's super easy, but as soon as you get to like doing like challenges and like beating parts of the game, maybe you're like, I need another 5-star. I better pull. Oh, I'm out of rubies. And then they'll get you because you're like, I love this game so much. I want to keep playing. I have to beat this to get to the next part. Yeah, maybe. Got to play more of it though. Anyone else that wants to join up on it, just download it. It's on, like, if it plays on John's phone, it'll play on yours, right? So give her a try. It's not a bad game, and they break down everything to do. And it's super basic combat too. Yeah.
Talking about gacha games, either you guys still playing My Hero Ultra Impact?
Nope. Unfortunately, no.
I'm still in there.
I'm glad you're still grinding, bud.
Still holding on, They released an update. They added something to the game. Not like levels or like a new a way of how they do their special missions, and there's like 2 different types of events they just alternate between. Well, they didn't do anything like that or like create a new type of event. They just added 2 more gear tiers for all your characters.
More tiers to your...
Yeah. So now you go up to tier 12 instead of tier 10.
Oh my gosh. That grind is so much of a pain in the ass too. And they want you to do 2 more. How'd you do on the there was that event that you went against All for One?
Yeah, did not
nope.
I have a pretty decent roster that's like focused for combat, and like cuz I do the arena a lot. So like I focus on one team pretty hard, and that team
gets stomped,
Yeah. You have to have what is it? The target one, the
blue people.
Yeah, the blue people. Yeah.
AGL. Yeah, because he was a certain type.
AGL units,
AGL's for us. I'm sorry, it's ABL for them. Ability units, the blue kind. Yeah.
Yeah. So my ability units suck really bad.
Right. You pulled Hawks, the blue Hawks.
Yes,
he's super good in the beginning. He's super good.
Yeah.
Didn't you have the blue Bakugo?
I do have the blue Bakugo.
Yeah,
so,
his blue units suck.
No. So I
suck so bad.
Bakugo is the good unit that I have.
Okay.
For blue. Everything else, like I just got Himi recently, and I'm working on her, but like they're all way behind my my other characters. Like just.
Yeah, no, they're behind. Like you already focused so much on other ones, and now you have to like go back to starting over on these new units and building them up. And you're like, man, I have to at least get them awakened. Jeez.
And I just got the red guy who blocks damage.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
the hardening guy.
Yeah.
I remember his name eventually. Kirishima.
Yep.
Kiroshima.
Kiroshima. Oh, okay, all right.
Jesus.
Well, holy shit! Drop the bomb on that one. Sorry, guys.
So bright.
Sun's out, guns out.
Nice.
Anyways, so I have that guy. I'm trying to get him maxed out completely.
Yeah. Which one did you get? The blue one or the red one?
The red one. So
he's not as good, unfortunately. That's one I have.
He's still S tier in the arena.
Yeah, an arena.
Yeah. So
yeah.
That's pretty much all I care about is arena. That's what I focus.
Oh, okay. Because
I grind arena.
We're blabbering, but I remember them always saying that the red. It all depends on what you like. Because the blue one has barrier in the beginning, the red one gets barrier on his plus ultra. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Whatever you like. So
I just finished them, and they released those 2 new gear tiers this month.
Here we go.
Yeah. So now I have that for all my characters to work on.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna ditch this game soon because nothing changes. Like even the all for one game mode, like it was too difficult for most people to do anything.
Yeah, I guess you better pull better units.
Yeah,
Well,
better spend more of my
Better
hard-earned
money.
My way of thinking is the grind is extremely hard because did they make like a higher rarity item or is it still just gold? Like,
Oh,
it's
you're talking about currency?
No, I'm talking about like the gold items that it takes to.
Oh, the awakening item stuff.
Yeah, like the HP fucking things.
Yeah,
highest.
They did add a couple missions so that you could farm those items, right? And so they're about just as difficult as Gear 10 or Gear 9.
But you're gonna need a more abundance, not necessarily.
It's about the same amount. Actually,
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking hell.
Wait, is there like you said missions? So like the story mode, like because you'd like always go, you'd find the story mode that you need, and you just like max out your tries, get as much of that item, and you always come up short, and then you. So they add on story, or they add items to the story that was already there?
No, they came up with more story.
Okay,
a little bit more story.
That means free gems, Greg. You can go in there and do a couple pools. What is that gesture?
Something.
What are you doing over there?
I'm there beating my imaginary dick.
Oh, I got it in my eye. Nice. Well, keep up with it. You'll be our My Hero guy. You can just keep it going.
That's the fucking.
It can be our hero.
It's still downloaded on my game, but every time I get on there and I realize I only have like 100 gems, I log
Did you
off.
just refer to your phone as your game?
Yeah, my game. I still have it downloaded. My game is still downloaded. What did I say?
You said I have it on my game.
Oh, I still have the game downloaded on my phone. Okay. I apologize.
That's fine.
Just like I have
fine.
Legends that I have never touched in the past 3 years. They just don't come off my phone because I still have space.
And I'm just that level of lazy.
Must be nice.
Yeah. John, if you
gigs on my phone, I have to juggle.
Your phone's old enough to put a micro SD card in it. Put it in there. Don't you just show me
memory
phone?
like I juggle my fucking computer Steam's games.
Holy shit! I have $20 stored in my.
Whoa!
Hey,
call that mad money. Yeah.
See if I got an SD slot.
You should. It looks like an old enough phone. It's probably in the back. John just broke his case trying to find out.
My case.
What a loser.
What an idiot.